In a world where I'm making videos again, I showed you the best defensive barracks. Now what is the best offensive one? Let's begin. Barbarian Hall. These guys usually a bit underrated, mostly for good reasons though. The one major benefit that they have though is attacking flying enemies, like these gargoyles. They made quick work of them. Against everything else though, they seem to just be kind of expensive for things that don't pay off. They do have their time and place. They can do a little bit of AoE that's not very consistent. And overall, their price seems reasonable. They're pretty good if you're doing challenges like Barracks only. And their respawn rate is actually pretty good too. They work pretty good with Paladins, surprisingly, or in a pinch to kill witches and stuff like that. But overall, they're just kind of neglected, left in the dust, living in the Paladins Shadow. Rocket Gunners. These guys are certainly cool. Very, very cool. They have a decent ability that basically functions as a budget insta-kill. This can happen every 12.8 seconds, which is pretty dang frequent, and take out someone up to 900 health. Pretty awesome. I don't use it that much personally because I don't really use this tower. I just think it's generally outclassed. But it is a good insta-kill that helps with really tricky enemies, like really annoying flying enemies. Flying enemies! Flying enemies! And then it has this ability, phosphoric coating. Each attack destroying armor and dealing damage. I think the area damage should be a bit more so that they can feel even more aggro. But their base damage being 42 to 63 is pretty good, though their health is pretty low. The fact that they fly fast when you're rallying them and that they can switch to being on the ground is pretty cool. That inherently gives them a lot more versatility, but also a higher skill ceiling. So overall, pretty good. I don't use them that much though. Assassins. These guys are so cool. They made both lists. They're defensive by being invisible and by dodging everything under the sun. And they're offensive because they do a lot of counterattacks. They have some supporting via gold, but that's not really relevant. And they insta-kill. Guess what? Every 6 seconds on average. Something like that. 6.6 seconds? I don't remember. I'll have to ask Vaduk again. There was one right there. These guys are awesome. They do a ton of damage. They last a very long time. They are a very good aggro tower. Better at aggro than defense even. On these levels, this one specifically, they can cheese it just by insta-killing all of the blood shells and all the ridiculously powerful enemies. They are insanely good. At times like this, they're S tier, but across the game, I'm going to put them a solid A tier. Oh baby, let's talk an awesome tower. The Forest Keepers. These guys have the ability to basically do anything you want. They're generally a support tower, but they do so much DPS and healing and just whatever the heck you could imagine. It's just incredible. So their stats are good. You only get 2 of them as the real only drawback, but they do so much and they make all that gold really, really worth it. They can shoot out vines that slow and damage enemies, and they heal in an AoE. These guys are insane. I generally consider them, obviously, they're a support. They're versatile. They're this, they're that. But because of their really high DPS, that's basically all that most people would need to use them for, is to put them right behind Blade Singers and just to throw true damaging spears at 160 damage apiece. I consider that aggro, generally speaking, because you don't need the other abilities, but you do need the spears. They're awesome. Great, great tower. This tower is insanely good. Most of you would probably say that this is the best aggro tower of all time, and I'm hardly even going to debate you there, but you'll see who's next after this. This tower is just insane. I believe it has even a higher DPS than Blazing Gem maxed out with this Arrow Storm. They can dodge people like crazy and counterattack. Their only drawback is that their going berserk ability sometimes happens on death. It's not really necessary, but it doesn't matter. Just max out Arrow Storm and let them shoot everything at a distance. The best offensive tower in the series. Yes, my official hot take. Destroy me in the comments. I don't care. Cannoneer Squad is incredible. You can get 5 of them. They're pretty cheap overall, which is just the cherry on top. And then this ability, I think this just got nerfed. But if you count it all up, it actually does a lot of damage. These guys are obviously really good. These gals, rather. They're really good at ranged. You want to not keep them in melee as much as possible. But they do the trick. Either way, they stall enemies, they shoot the plethora of flying enemies down really, really well. And I mean, this thing, 50 to 80 damage, and then it burns for 112 damage. So this can almost do 200 damage per one explosive, times 5 people. That's 1,000 damage every time this gets triggered. Like, watch it. Oh yeah, they just cut that guy's HP in half. That's insane. This is the best aggro tower in the series. Fight me. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe or something, nerds.